Morning sunlight spills through the cafe window, catching dust in the air like gold. Sarah sits at a small round table with 3 friends, Anna, Ben, and Lila. Coffee cups, half-eaten croissants, and phones scattered across the table. It's their usual Friday ritual: laughter before work, stories before reality. Anna is speaking fast, her voice full of energy. Ben scrolls through his phone, smirking at something. Lila nods politely, pretending to listen. Sarah smiles softly. She's always the listener, the quiet one in the group. Anna leans forward, lowering her voice. "Did you see Rachel's new post?" she whispers, showing her phone. The others laugh instantly. "She's trying so hard lately." Sarah chuckles, but it feels wrong, like laughing at someone who isn't there to defend themselves. Sarah forces a laugh to keep the peace. Her hand tightens around her coffee cup. The mug feels warm, grounding her as something cold grows inside her chest. Anna's laughter turns louder. "Honestly, Rachel dresses like she's going to an interview every day," she mocks. Everyone bursts out laughing again. Sarah stares into her drink, the foam swirling, wishing the noise would stop. Ben adds his own joke. "She probably practices her smile in the mirror." The table erupts again. The laughter feels heavy now, rehearsed. Sarah wonders when this became normal. Sarah looks around the cafe. Other tables are filled with quiet conversations, people laughing kindly, reading, or simply existing. She wonders what it's like to be in a circle that doesn't cut others down. The topic shifts, but not for long. Soon Anna is whispering about someone else, their boss, a mutual friend, even a stranger passing by. Sarah notices how everyone nods eagerly. Sarah suddenly understands. Every person they talk about used to sit at this table once. And now they're just another story. Her stomach tightens with dread. Anna looks at her. "Sarah, you're so quiet. You agree, right?" Sarah forces another smile. "Yeah, I guess." Inside, she feels something crack, the first fracture of trust. Sarah glances at her watch, pretending she needs to leave early. She just wants the noise to stop. "I should get going," she murmurs. Nobody really hears her. As she walks out, the bell above the cafe door rings softly. The laughter fades behind her. For the first time, she wonders, when she leaves, will she become their next story? A week later, Sarah walks into the same cafe. The air feels the same: coffee, sugar, chatter, yet something inside her feels different. She smiles, but her heart isn't in it anymore. Before she can even sit down, Anna teases, "Sarah's late again. You're always lost in your own world." The others laugh. Sarah laughs too, a small, quiet laugh that hides the sting. Ben adds, "Maybe she was writing poetry again about feelings." More laughter. Sarah's cheeks burn. They think it's harmless fun, but every joke feels like a tiny bruise. Anna pats her arm. "Come on, you know we love you. We're just kidding." The words sound sweet but hollow. Sarah forces a nod, pretending it's fine. The laughter grows louder, faster. Every story turns into sarcasm. Every compliment ends with "just kidding." Sarah starts noticing how cruelty hides behind smiles. Lila meets Sarah's eyes across the table, just for a second. There's something like guilt there. But then Lila looks away, laughing along again. Anna suddenly says, "Sarah, remember when you cried over that breakup? We thought we'd need a lifeguard." Everyone laughs uncontrollably. Sarah freezes. Her smile fades. Sarah stirs her coffee without drinking it. The foam swirls slowly. The noise around her fades until all she can hear is the sound of the spoon against the cup. A cloud moves across the sun, darkening the table. Sarah feels it, the shift, the truth she's been ignoring. Their laughter is not friendship. It's habit. She tries to smile again but can't. It feels fake, heavy, wrong. No one notices. They're too busy laughing at the next joke. Sarah stands to leave early again. "I've got work," she says softly. Anna waves dismissively. "You're always so serious." The laughter follows her out the door. Through the cafe window, she sees them still laughing. From outside, it looks beautiful, for friends enjoying life. But only she knows the truth. Another Friday. Same cafe, same laughter. Sarah almost doesn't come, but habit pulls her in. She sits down, pretending everything's fine. The smell of coffee and the hum of conversation feel like déjà vu. Ben nudges her playfully. Sarah, you're too quiet lately. We were about to send a search party. Everyone laughs. She smiles politely, brushing it off, though it stings more than it should. Anna leans in, smirking. Maybe she's just overthinking like always. You know how deep she gets. The laughter is louder this time. Sarah laughs, too, but her chest tightens. As the others move to a new topic, Sarah's mind replays Anna's words. Overthinking. She's heard it before from ex-friends, from ex-lovers. It's always what people say before they stop respecting her. Anna smirks again. Oh, and Ben told me your little crush story from last year. That was cute. Sarah freezes. That was private.
Her throat feels dry.
They're all laughing now, retelling her story as if it's a funny memory. Sarah forces a laugh, because that's what's expected. Inside, she's collapsing. She looks at Ben. He avoids her eyes. He was the one who promised not to tell. Her heart aches, not from anger, but from disappointment too heavy to name. The cafe suddenly feels colder. Sarah hears their voices, but no longer understands the jokes. Everything blurs. She feels like a ghost at her own table. Anna notices her quietness. Hey, we're just teasing. Don't take it seriously. Sarah nods with a soft smile, the kind that hides 1,000 unspoken words. Sarah's thoughts whisper. They don't mean it, or maybe they do. Either way, it hurts. She watches their faces, the ones she trusted, and feels something crumble inside her. When they finally say goodbye, Sarah hugs them mechanically. She's polite, careful, distant, because pretending is safer than confrontation. Later, at home, Sarah looks into her bathroom mirror. Her reflection stares back, tired, unsure, wounded. They didn't mean it, she whispers to herself. But deep down, she knows they did. Sarah's new apartment smells of fresh paint and cardboard. Anna promised to come help unpack. I'll be there, I swear, she'd said. It's been 3 hours. The sun is setting. Sarah sits on the floor, surrounded by unopened boxes. Her phone buzzes. Sorry, babe. Something came up. Rain check. Sarah stares at the message. No apology, no detail, just dismissal disguised as affection. She types, it's okay, smiley face, and hits send. The smiley feels like a lie. The room goes silent again, and the loneliness feels louder than ever. She remembers all the times they promised things, movie nights, birthday plans, emotional support, and how often they simply forgot. Sarah realizes she remembers every promise they broke. A week later, she catches a cold. She texts Ben, not feeling well today. He replies instantly, rest up. I'll call you later. He never does. She starts to understand that people like them always have time for parties, jokes, gossip, never for sincerity. Their priorities are clear now, and she's not one of them. When Anna finally calls days later, she laughs it off. You know how it is, busy, chaotic, crazy week. Sarah forces a laugh, the kind that doesn't reach her eye. Every, I care about you, now sounds like a rehearsed line. Every, we should hang soon, feels like a promise already broken. Sarah hears the hollowness in their voices, finally. She realizes they only show up when it benefits them, when they need advice, comfort, or company. When she needs them, they vanish. That night, she lies awake. She thinks about loyalty, how easily people say the word, how few actually mean it. The word feels sacred, almost outdated. Sarah decides something quietly. Stop expecting them to be better. Stop giving chances. Stop hoping words will turn into actions. A strange peace comes with that thought. The next morning, Anna texts again. You good? Let's grab coffee. Sarah looks at the screen, then locks her phone. No reply. For once, she doesn't feel guilty, only free. Sarah walks into the office, coffee in hand, ready for another quiet day. The morning hum of keyboards and conversation fills the room. Everything feels normal until it doesn't. She feels a shift, a few glances that linger too long. A hushed laugh from the corner. Her name whispered in a tone too soft to be innocent. Sarah approaches a small group chatting near the printer. As soon as they see her, silence falls. Someone coughs, pretending to check their phone. The air feels heavy. Later, Mia, the quiet, kind coworker from the design team, stops by Sarah's desk. Her voice is low, almost hesitant. Hey, can I tell you something? Mia lowers her voice. It's about your friends, Anna and Ben. I heard them talking about you here last week. I thought you should know. Sarah's heart stops. Talking about me? She repeats, barely above a whisper. Mia nods, uncomfortable. They said you complain a lot, that you're kind of emotionally exhausting. The words hang between them. Ugly, heavy, unbelievable. Sarah stares at her computer screen, her reflection faint in the glass. For a moment, she can't move. Her mind replays every laugh, every whisper, every "we love you" from her friends. Suddenly, it all sounds different, rehearsed, hollow, cruel. Mia places a gentle hand on Sarah's arm. I'm sorry, she says softly. I just didn't want you to keep trusting people who don't respect you. Sarah nods, tears burning behind her eyes. Sarah excuses herself and walks to the restroom. Inside, she locks the door, stares at the mirror, and finally lets herself feel it. Betrayal, sadness, clarity. She whispers to herself, if they could talk about me like that, what else did they say? No one answers. Just the hum of fluorescent lights and the sound of her breathing. When she returns to her desk, she sits straighter. She says nothing to anyone. Inside, a decision begins to form. She won't confront them yet, but she'll never trust them again. Sarah unlocks her door and steps inside. The quiet hits like a wave. No voices, no laughter, just the hum of the fridge and her own heartbeat. The world feels too still. She slips off her shoes and leaves them by the mat. The small, ordinary act feels strangely heavy, like she's leaving behind the last trace of her old life. In the corner, her unpacked boxes still sit from the move. She realizes how long she's been waiting for someone to help, to show up, to care. No one did. She makes tea, the simple ritual grounding her. The kettle whistles softly, the steam curls upward, fragile, fleeting, like every friendship she thought would last. She sits on the couch, phone in hand, scrolling through old photos, group selfies, coffee cups, birthday smiles. They look so happy. She wonders if they ever truly were. The phrases echo in her head. You're too sensitive. We love you, but don't take it so seriously. She realizes every insult was wrapped in love. She remembers the whisper at work, the jokes, the broken promises, all pieces of the same puzzle. It finally fits, painfully clear. They never respected her. The tears come quietly. No sobbing, no drama, just silent crying, the kind that happens when pain finally turns to truth. She pulls out an old journal and opens a blank page. Her handwriting starts shaky but grows steadier. They weren't good people. I just wanted to believe they were. A single candle flickers beside her. In the reflection of its flame, she sees herself, not weak, just worn. She's realizing that caring deeply isn't the problem. Trusting the wrong people is. She whispers, I forgive them, but I won't let them hurt me again. The words taste strange but freeing, like closing a wound that's finally ready to heal. She turns off the light and lies in bed. Outside, the city hums softly. Inside, for the first time in a long while, her heart feels quiet. She's not okay yet, but she's finally on. Sarah wakes up with a heavy calm. The night's reflection has changed something in her. She's no longer in denial. She makes coffee, sits by the window, and lets the truth come quietly. She remembers the night of Anna's birthday, the crowded bar, the laughter, the moment Anna mocked Sarah's outfit in front of everyone, calling it sweetly outdated. Everyone laughed. Sarah laughed too, pretending it didn't hurt. Ben once promised to help Sarah with her small business logo. He never did. He'd say, I'm just busy, you know how it is. But he wasn't too busy to help others. She realizes his care was always selective. She remembers telling Anna something personal, a story about her mother's illness. 2 weeks later, someone else brought it up casually at a party. That was when Sarah first felt the quiet sting of betrayal. They used humor like knives, soft enough to sound harmless, sharp enough to wound. It's just a joke, don't be sensitive, they'd say after every insult. She realizes now, kindness never hides behind cruelty. Sarah recalls Ben's flirty texts, small comments that crossed lines, then covered up with jokes. She knew Anna would be hurt if she saw them, but she never said a word. Now, she wonders if Anna knew, or didn't care. Months later, Sarah learned Ben had been cheating on Anna. At first, she pitied Anna. Now, she realizes, people who can betray the one they live with can betray anyone, including her. When the truth came out, Ben shrugged it off. It just happened, he said. Anna cried for a day, then forgave him. Neither of them showed guilt, only fear of being judged. Sarah finally sees it. Every apology, every word of care, was just a transaction. They gave affection when it benefited them, and withdrew it when it didn't. Standing in front of her bathroom mirror, she says quietly, I saw what I wanted to see. It's not bitterness, it's clarity. She finally forgives herself for not knowing sooner. She drafts a text. I know what you did. I hope someday you'll understand what loyalty means. Her finger hovers over send. Then she deletes it. Some truths don't need an audience. That night, Sarah removes them from her social media, quietly, without anger. The act feels final. She doesn't need revenge or closure. Just distance. Sarah wakes up early, before the city noise begins. Sunlight spills through her curtains. For the first time in weeks, she doesn't reach for her phone. She just sits there, feeling the quiet strength of a new morning. She strips her bed, tosses the old sheets into the wash, and replaces them with fresh ones. The scent of lavender detergent fills the air. It feels like more than cleaning, it's renewal. Sarah stands before her mirror, no makeup, no performance. Just her. She studies her reflection, the tiredness around her eyes, the strength beneath it. I'm still here, she whispers. Her phone rings, it's Anna. For a moment, Sarah's heart skips. Then she breathes out slowly and presses decline. She's done explaining herself to people who never really listened. She opens her notes app and types. You deserve people who protect your name when you're not in the room. She reads it twice and smiles. Sarah opens her closet and starts sorting. Clothes tied to old memories. The dress from Anna's birthday, the jacket Ben once complimented. All go into a donation bag. She visits the cafe they once shared. This time, she sits alone, orders her favorite drink, and watches people pass by. No sadness, just peace in her own company. Ben sends her a text. Can we talk? She stares at it, her thumb hovering. Then, calmly, she deletes the conversation. No anger, no reply. Silence is her closure. Sarah takes a walk through her neighborhood. The world feels lighter, colors sharper. She notices small things, the smell of bread, the sound of children laughing, all the life she'd been too hurt to see. That night, she writes a letter addressed to Anna and Ben. She writes everything, the truth, the pain, the lessons. Then she folds it, sets it in a drawer, and never mails it. She looks out her window at the city lights and decides she will no longer chase people to prove her worth. Her peace is not negotiable anymore. Before sleeping, Sarah whispers a final promise. No more half-love. The night feels different, not lonely, but full of possibility. She smiles, knowing she's free. Sarah steps outside as the sun rises. The air is crisp, almost new. For the first time, she notices how calm her chest feels. No weight, no fear. Just breath. She passes familiar places, the cafe, the bookstore, the corner park. Each spot once filled with shared laughter. Now it's just her, and it's enough. A breeze brushes her hair. She smiles without realizing it. It's not a forced smile. It's real, born from relief. not happiness. Healing always begins quietly. An old man feeding pigeons nods and smiles at her. She smiles back. It's a simple, human exchange, proof that kindness still exists, even from strangers. She sits on a bench beneath a tree. The seat beside her is empty, but she no longer feels the ache of absence. She's learning that solitude isn't loneliness. She pulls out her journal from her bag, the same one she wrote in that night of tears. Now, her handwriting looks steadier. She writes, "I am enough." Children laugh in the park nearby, dogs bark, a street musician plays softly. The world feels alive again. She realizes the world never stopped being beautiful. She just stopped seeing it. A memory flashes, Anna's laugh, Ben's words. But this time, they don't sting. The memories are just memories. They've lost their power. Her phone vibrates, an unknown number. She looks at it, smiles faintly, and puts it back in her pocket. Not everything deserves her attention anymore. She walks along a narrow path lined with trees. It's winding and uneven, but it's hers. Every step feels like a promise to never walk backward again. She stops near a small lake. The water is still, perfectly reflecting the sky. She sees herself in it, not broken, not weak. Just human, just healing. Sarah walks home as dusk falls. The city lights flicker to life around her. She no longer feels empty, only free. Her steps are slow, steady, and full of quiet power. Sunlight streams through her curtains. Sarah opens the window, letting in a gentle breeze. The air smells of rain and renewal. Today feels different, like life is softly asking, "What now?" Her journal lies on the nightstand, pages filled with pain and growth. She runs her hand over the cover, feeling its weight, her story, her proof of survival. She makes her morning tea. The steam rises, swirling in sunlight. She remembers when she used to make tea for others. Now it's a small act of love for herself. Sarah looks in the mirror again, but this time, she sees someone new, someone wiser, calmer. The reflection no longer questions her worth, it confirms it. She sits at her desk and writes on a blank page, "My promise to myself." The words flow easily. I will not shrink myself for love. I will not beg to be understood. I will protect my peace. As she writes, old images flicker in her mind, laughter, betrayal, tears. But they don't hurt anymore. They feel like old photos in a box, no power left in them. Sarah stands by her window, closes her eyes, and whispers, "I let it all go." Her shoulders relax. The bitterness she once carried lifts, replaced by peace. She takes out an old shoebox filled with photos, letters, little memories from those who hurt her. She looks at each one, smiles softly, and places them in a trash bag. It's not hate, it's release. A woman passing by smiles and says, "You have a beautiful energy." Sarah laughs softly, surprised but grateful. She realizes people now see the light she rebuilt inside herself. A woman passing by smiles and says, "You have a beautiful energy." Sarah laughs softly, surprised but grateful. She realizes people now see the light she rebuilt inside herself. That night, she lies in bed, the window open, city lights glowing. Her heart feels steady, no longing, no pain, just peace. For once, silence feels full. Before she sleeps, she whispers, "I will never again love anyone who makes me doubt myself. I will stay loyal to my peace." Her eyes close. She smiles. The promise is kept, and it will stay. Thank you for watching till the end. Your love and support mean everything to us. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon so you never miss any of our new stories and updates. And if you enjoyed this journey, comment below and let us know. Your feedback inspires our next big story.